right? Okay. Thermidors. That plate needs to get mounted on the back of that door. These plates also need to get mounted on the back, right? In order to find positioning, throw it all up. Measure your doors, right? I've got 35 and 5/8. Total opening 36. So we're gonna get eighth inch spacer, tape, 1/8 inch spacer from the top. Get you that one, leave your spacer in, tape it over, measure. Alright, so we've got our spacer in there for that one. We got a spacer in there for that one. Measure over 1/11 and a spacer there for that. Down to, I like to just go to the top. We'll transfer those numbers to the top backside of this. Remember, everything's flipped around and backwards. And then we're gonna hang them both up there and we'll find position for our hardware. I always hang both my doors before I drill them because different people like different heights. Some people will like a centered center to stay. Some people will wanna drop them lower. It's all personal preference, but I always wait. At the top of Thermadors, you'll have this plastic beauty piece that you're gonna have to pull off, right? It'll have a plastic clip that sits over there, and all the wires will tuck back into that channel. So pop the clip off, it just pries out, and then unscrew those two, pull this out, pop these two bolts, and we can take the plate off and move it over to our door. These bolts up top are what you use to adjust your door up, down, in, out, and left, right. There's a little star right there, right? And then that can slide up and down as you spin it in and out. And then the nut and washer on top lock everything in place, right? So that can go up and down. That's where you get all of your adjustment. Right, these just hold the door onto the, hold the panel onto the door. Transfer your marks. Move the top plate to there. I usually wait to install at least the center side plates because half the time your hardware ends up landing right behind it. You have to take it back off. The outside one's not as big a deal, but go ahead and mark those out all the way down. You just need your how far in on either side and then how far down. And do the same thing, right? By pulling off of that to there and then off of a block or off of our spacer down. I just go center the hole. These don't have to be dead nuts because they're just holding the panel from coming off. All your adjustments up there. You gotta open the door. It sits on top. All right. It's gonna be all wiggly, loosey-goosey. We're gonna close it at this point. Take a quick peek at our reveals. We're within adjustment, all right, of the mechanisms. And now we're gonna put hardware on and then we can do the back clips and all that. All right. See what I mean? Hardware gets in the way. Zip screws, pop these off. We'll throw the door back up there, and then these kind of do a little slide, scoop in thing. Sometimes you have to pull the top screw out, but the bottom ones you can just kind of, right? Because this, come on, tucks in here, right? This one, you usually have to use a little right angle to get to these. They're loads of fun. I know. Shh. I know. leave these wide. Leave them wide. Take the top screws out and loosen these up. Door's got to be open. It'll go in and then drop on. The risk of scratch on these things is so crazy with all the metal hanging off. Thermidor's gotta come up with a better way. Alright, you line these up. You line these up. This is why you take the top screw off, because you're not getting to it with that top screw. Snug them up just like 1 or 2 screws. All right, all your adjustments are in these 2 bolts and screws. If you go up on this, right, it's gonna raise that, it's gonna tilt that way. You also get in out with these. So you do your wind, and that's just by pushing it in or pushing it out. And then you get your, you'll do your plumb, right, by just going up or down with either of them. And then once they're in place, then you just lock it in. They've got a little screw up, down. Yeah, I got some shipping damage. So wider down there, skinnier up here. Need to bump over. That's just gotta go down. All right. So we go in, right, down, just a little bit. These things take like micro adjustments, and then you kind of gotta like crank her back down, right? Because it's gonna snug and move stuff more. But like you have a 4-inch wide thing that you're adjusting the swing on the bottom of a tall cabinet. All right, we're gonna bring this one up just a little bit, see if we can match that, because this reveal's good, right? We like that reveal, so we just gotta. So we're gonna loosen. Actually, you know what? If we just tighten this down, it might do it. I'll be back. So these things will just wiggle until this stuff shoved in. It's got the flappy doodle, and then just push it on. And you shove that in. It stops the wiggle. All right, bottom ones are same method. Use your 1/8-inch spacer and an 1/8-inch spacer. Measure over to your bracket, measure it down to your bracket, transfer it over. When you're screwing these on, be super crazy careful that you're not punching through a thin portion on your panel. These Thermidors are super picky about how thick they need the doors to be. So watch your screws going through. Snug. Looks like this side needs to go down just a little bit. So then you loosen that. Like a quarter turn. Squeeze her back tight. and crank. There we go. Next one, same process. Appliance trim, that little clip clips into that little clip. Those slide under. There she does one of these numbers, see that? Underneath there, and that. I'm gonna pick up, squeeze, and then this will just push down. If your clip's lined up. There we go. See? Flip. This just goes. These, same as those, up tight. Those just push in. Should fit.